So my name is Karandeep Sanghera. I joined Capilano University in 2022. January here was my first semester, and I pursued in Associate of Science in General at that time, and now my studies are completed. From my high school, back from my home country, I always loved to study toward the side of, like, we usually say that a non-medical, which has subjects like physics, mathematics, and chemistry, out of which I love to study physics and maths. So I continue to pursue to study physics here and also with mathematics. Like, my major courses were in these two subjects, although the program is general science, but like I choose those courses most. Back in India, like, I have a different sense of like how organization works. Like, there was a totally, like, I just come from high school. Like, I was 18 years old like when I was running for the elections, and I have a different sense. Like, I was having a bit of nervousness. Like, I don't know like what exactly is that mean, but the thing that I only came with was like a confidence, like I will be doing a good job, like I can do this. Like, I always love to help organizing different things at my school level, to do debates, to present the issues in front of everyone. That's what I love to, and it seems like that this is a place where I can do that. And fortunately, that was the same thing collides with my thoughts. There was like much different expectations, and the reality is much different, but the overall idea behind this is running is like not only sticking towards a common lifestyle, but wants to do something extraordinary that one can like enjoy during its academic term. CSU, full form is Capilano Student Union, is like non-profit. It's a total different organization, not controlled by anyone, but controlled by its student itself, run by a fund provided by students, taken from their fees. So it's by students for students, in short, I will say, and it take decisions for students. And that's the only purpose the CSU is there, to fight for rights and to do what will be the best at the time. So president has various duties in Capilano Student Union, basically CSU. I will CSU in short. It's like not mentioned everywhere, like what president should do. Like, in general terms, the guideline says to attend meetings, to do this, but overall, president is playing the most diplomatic role one can do, whether it's outside university or inside. There are many areas where you're required to think, like not for you, not for someone you want to think, but for organization, for students. And it's the most complicated thing. President plays a role to hold whole board together, communicates between staff of CSU and the board, to pursue with basically president is the spokesperson of CSU, and being spokesperson, it's not only come like what you want to say, it's like more responsibility, like you are saying on behalf of all students, all behalf of everything. You can't say anything just out. So it's like the most responsible position according to me, and it plays many different roles at different levels. First time, like I already mentioned, like it was like I was participating, but I don't know like exactly for what I'm participating, but I'm like so much enthusiastic, like I will be working for that thing. That was like only thing in my mind. Like, I was campaigning on different thoughts. I have some expectation like that I was sharing with students. I remember like talking about like to provide some sort of free snacks or something like that. But I like at that time I don't know like what's the budget of CSU, what is the different things, like I have different expectations. But I was talking about like this should be done, that should be done. I was talking about international student fees or something like that. So that was like my campaigning ideas behind that in my first term. But second term was like totally different. Like, I was not showing like what I will be doing. I was like showing what I did. Like, I was presenting my report card to the students. Like, I was saying, this is who I am. I'm working from this thing. You can see my reports, what I'm doing, what I did. Like, I was not making any promises. Like, I was just sharing like these are the work I did, and I just want to continue to work on these topics. The reason I run for second time like is I have like good enough time left in university, and 1 year is like not enough to fulfill your whole goals. Sometimes scenarios happen like when a whole different board come towards and changes your thinking, changes. They have different opinions, they have different viewpoints, and the whole scenario changes, and your work are stopped in between. Same is like for all organizations. One like but still being part even for 1 day is important because you are putting in something, and overall we are getting a big goals achieved in the long term. So last term elections was open, like available for in online mode. Students can vote in their personal ballots, available in all their devices, in mobile phones, on their laptops, wherever they can, which make us a bit problematic, like with the numerous complaints we are receiving, with the harassments cases we are listening towards in form of complaints, or even like non-official complaints. We are getting a lots of input, and with discussion with I like high discussion at many levels. I discussed at it was discussed at governance committee. It was first discussed with the election administrator. Like we have some sort of input from them. Even I would not say that it was very confident decision, but it was best than the earlier. So we decided to change. Like the board passed the motion to go with in-person voting in hope that it will be like I'm not saying like it's a pure like 100% better option than that one. It has some negative points too. It reduces the available, like students need to come to campus in order to do that. Like it reduce the like availability for this, like making problematic for students who are not going to university regularly or don't want to come. But it reduces the harassment for voters typically. Students are safe, in a safe hand. No one is looking about whom they are voting. They are in a very safe place where they are voting, and no one is going to say that like whom you vote or who you want to change the vote, because it's not going to be done like that earlier. So that thing, like that's the major change we made in elections, along with some minor changes. So the idea of panel was basically, let's say there's one person, A, and some person put a complaint on towards A, and A makes a decision. And if the person whom the complaint goes against wants to appeal regarding that, it's going again to the person A, and we can't expect the same person to change the thinking if he is not changing it once. Instead, we make a idea to bring up like arbitration panel, which is much anonymous from students. Like it's not clear, like it has the 3 members in it. One is election administrator. We put election administrator as he's the key, like basically election administrator. Like right now he's David, so I'm using word he. So basically election administrator has a lot of research already done on the topic, so we don't want to miss that out and putting the the arbitration panel to do whole research again. So, and the 2 other independent arbitration panel members. So total they vote inside the panel. Like we don't know who voted what. We don't know that about that, and it's just a decision from arbitration panel that this decision has been like accepted or not. It's how it works. That's the major change. Apart from that, right now, like I was thinking from the report of election administrator that we got this year, to make some way in which we can encourage students to come up more like openly to for complaints. We have lots of complaints, like those are not anonymous, but most of students are afraid of putting their name ahead. They might have some reasons, and we understand most of them, and we are trying to solve it. Like it's a tough problem to do like at the moment, but we are like in a situation where we can't go totally in anonymous, totally non-anonymous. Like so we are in a grayish area, like where we have to accept both complaints right now, but we are trying to figure out better ways. Basically, there are different types of positions. I will divide them in 2. One is executives and other are non-executive board members. Executives are also board members, or board of directors, I will say. And other people are like executives board of directors. So they have a difference in pay depending on the role they are playing and the time they are spending. You can see the pay as a compensation towards the time they are going to contribute towards like how much hours they are working, what kind of level, because there are some many bodies inside university where students are required to work or like as a volunteer. They are not a paid jobs, but they have voting rights there. There is like some problems, like because if let's say, I'm just giving example, if faculty person is joining that committee, a faculty person is working here in a university, like they don't want to go to work somewhere else, or they are having option to vote, to sit as a volunteer there, but for students they also have to work like for professionally somewhere else to earn money, and because they need livelihood. So to avoid that scenarios in which there might be some trouble where they can't know like where they want to contribute the time, so pay is there. Basically there is a difference in pay, as non-executive board members are required to has less responsibilities and executives has much more responsibilities, and even they have their requirement of spending 80 hours on work in a whole month. That's why there is a pay, or you can say compensation for the time worked. So we have like many board policies. Those are not perfect, but they are quite good. Like we worked a lot in previous year after experiencing the problems in my first term being president in CSU. I proposed many changes in governance committee, and those were really appreciated by the members from the committee. Like those are board members from CSU, those are general students also, because we have students in committees. I think most of students know, and so those changes regards like how many meetings they are missing, how many meetings they are like not attending, what's the level of attendance. We have start having discussions nowadays. Like we started a new thing that's regarding having a discussion on a topic. Like I am planning to make it permanent thing. We will have a whole list of questions. I would love to from your platform, I would love to ask students like that provide us questions on which they want discussions to be done in board, and we are doing that very actively, and all the board members who are attending the meeting are required to answer on that, and discussions goes on. Apart from that, we see many problems regarding students are joining but leaving the meetings in between, like in the previous year. We have problem like quorum is not reaching a lot in the last year, but this year I happily saying that like we didn't face any problems like that. There are a couple of meetings for different committees that face that problem, but in general I don't think like in whole term we had any board meeting who didn't reach quorum. We are lucky this year. We have really good attendance thanks to our policies, I say, or maybe the delegates are good working. They are different from that. I'm not saying comparison, but policies really play a quite good role. Like we have policies, if the person is leaving a meeting from in between, like without informing, without any regrets, without any prior arrangements, then they will be marked as absent, and a few absents from committee, they are out of committee, and few absents from board, like like non like without regrets, unexcused, they will be out of from the board. Like for board it is like 3 consecutive and 6 overall attendance absences from the board. They will be the board can remove them from the board of directors. And for executives specifically, because those play more job for responsibility and they should be more accountable. We don't have any policy on the reporting thing right now, but I'm thinking of creating something on that. That should be like mandate, like, because reporting is a mandatory process for all. Like we have good reporting this year than previous one. Like we are required to submit report once a month, and that's how it go. And we didn't have any policy on that, but I will create some. on the other hand, there is a policy right now to cut off the compensation from executives if they don't attend meetings. For four unexcused absences, the 1/3 pay will be cut. For 7, 2/3, and if 9 meetings reach, the whole pay will be cut. It's it's how like it works. And there are many other policies which require to be work to be done. I will I can ensure like we are working on those and report on them soon, like we are planning to do so. We face some of problems regarding like inputs from various board of director positions. I'm not targeting any person in this part. Like we are facing problems, so we might need to put some more efficiency towards that. We have less attendance from board of directors in annual general meetings, semi-annual general meeting, which shows somewhat that more concerns regarding accountability. Like general meeting is important, like compulsory by bylaws, but we don't have any policy to like what will be the fine, what will be happen like if you don't attend it. Like so we will create something on that too. So meeting is quite, all the meetings are quite interesting depending on what interest you have. For a student who just want to join any committee, I will recommend to go through our website. They have all information regarding like what's the basic committee tells about and how you can join it. You can apply it like the fellows in governance committee accepts applications and then you are on committee. For those who are board members, I will say those has a bit different responsibilities. They are required to be at least on one other committee other than board. That's right now language in our policies. And yes, like going through agenda is quite important beforehand, because what we are expecting from board members or committee members is they already knew what we are going to discuss today. But still, like if they don't know anything about a particular, everyone is available to help. Like we have really good staff. Like I will say, it's the fortunate thing CSU has. Like that's helping us to be one of the best organization throughout the Canada. That we get inputs from different reports. That's really good, like hardworking and organized staff. Like from long term, that's we have a real gem. And so we beforehand we need to discuss about like what's going to, we have to think about like what's going to be done in the meeting. And basically agenda is like a document in which the process is written. Like from beginning, it's like saying calling the meeting in order. There's one chair in each committee, and board member we have an external chair. In absence, president or other can volunteer to chair the meeting, and president has a priority to chair the board meeting if external chair is not available. So chair runs the meeting, and they have like responsibility to see like everything is going in order. And we are talking during the meeting now. Like once meeting is started, we have different agendas. We have on what we are going to take decision. Those are the actual after introductions. Those are the actual thing, like whom, where the why. That's why like one is elected for. Basically, that's the area, because it's a decision making thing. There you are required to put your vote in favor, against after a discussion. That's a area where you are required to like be the alert at most. You are required to convince the board like what's your opinion, and the discussion is the best thing you can do in the board and make the decisions take place. We have really important like discussions going on right now. We have one student union building, like we are planning to have our own big student union building project. So just giving a number like how important they might be, it's like around, we are figuring around like $14 to $15 million budget. It's really huge and impacts a lot. So you can't be just like just waking up in the morning and putting anything out. It should be like a really concern, like, and any sort of misconduct in any form, or any sort of financial losses or anything, any lawsuit against the board will be treated for whole board members, whether you are joining or not, like because it's against CSU. I'm just showing like how important the meetings were, because any sort of decision, let's say there's a requirement to give a interview and someone said wrong, CSU gave a wrong statement in thing, and the problem will be facing all all the board members are responsible for that, not anyone, not any single person. They will be having a lawsuit against them, and that's how serious it becomes when the negative impacts start happening if we are not alert and responsible. Uh, so that's the talk about the during meeting. After meeting, sometimes like my personal uh, experience, I'm sharing my personal experience. Sometimes it happens like when someone goes against your opinion, the board voted against you, and you feel like you are like people are against you, but it's not. Like I learned, like it's not like that. If someone is sharing different opinion, they are sharing it. You have to take it positively, because you are required to work long time together. So you can't be like that. Why it's go against me? You have to take it. You have to digest it. Sometimes like not everything you're saying is correct. You are like, that's why we have many persons in board instead of just one. So that's what like I think after should be like, you should be a normal fellow afterwards. Like you should forget like what you did in the board. Like you should not be thinking this person is saying against what I said. Like they are saying against your statement, not you. Like that's the main point. Even like sometimes staff have to give the opinion, because staff is responsible for following the orders, and they are responsible for many things, such as they can't give you like anything against bylaws. They have to make use to strict in the bylaws. So sometimes it feel like why is that person saying against me, but they are like they have to follow for CSU, like that's bylaw says. It's like government thing, law. Yeah. So my expectations when like I was running first time is like uh, I know like this is for students, like we are going to do something for like, but not don't know like what's the exact meaning of that. I was thinking to have meetings. I thought of that like it's written in instructions what we will be doing. I thought of discussing the matter with university. I thought of raising student issues. Yeah, that was like having a common thing like that I got in my mind. Other than that, I thought of organizing events, like, but I don't know like at that moment I don't know any meaning of regarding what staff do, what is unionized staff, what is different aspects, like how things work. And the biggest thing that I never thought of is like lobbying. Like we are talking with MLAs and MPs, like we are raising issues at that level. So it is a really a different thinking at stage when like I don't know about it, but you have to be like representing you at many stages, and you are raising student issues, not only to till university but till like the policymakers sitting in Ottawa, sitting in Victoria for us. So that's a different like expectation versus reality. Talking about highlights, like there are a lot of stuff happening. Like I got like lots of hearing from different like stories saying what CSU is doing. What is like there are some jobs that are running without saying any, like CSU is like a body. Body is like working without responding some things like automatically, but you need to do some stuff yourself. Thinking like you need to, you don't need to digest food. Like food is digesting itself, but you need to run to being fit. Similarly, there are some stuff like but that's happening automatically. That's by our helping with the staff. Like that's all the programs we are supporting is already running by CSU. Other than that, we need to focus on like what policies, the important policies we are taking actions again on. We work on like transit, we work on housing projects, like we have lots of lobbying, like really lots. Like our external was like external affairs, our department from long time, it's really the really great, like, and we are doing good by having a good relationships with the policymakers. And we apart from these two, like these are obvious, like everyone is doing that. Like we are thinking of some food security programs. We are thinking of financial aid for international students. We are working on sexual and gender-based violence. We have numerous policies, like even I can't remember by my own, like I need to have a look when I'm remembering all. So those all are like works are going on. We need to review all the policies at least once a year. Like we have some important policies. Even if something happens, like let's say we have Captivate, we got some news like that's a problem we face in Captivate. It's not like that, like we are not doing anything regarding that. Like CSU and staff, like and delegates are working on that from day one, because like we are not sometimes things we are not expecting that, but so we made policy regarding event and safety, like what we are expecting from board members and students during that. We made many changes to that. We are controlling that situation. Apart from that, I really I for my own thing, like my personal portfolio, like what I did apart from CSU, like in CSU, but like my personal priorities, like what I was doing is a 24-hour library access. I have like a long chat with university regarding that to open some part of university 24 hours, and most probably the library, any part in library building. And we are getting a very positive confirmation on that, like university will opening it, like it request was for basically for exam period, like there are students coming from a very far parts of the region, and they can't come like for the early exams. They have to stay at night. Sometimes they were revising with friends, having learning together, whatsoever. So but the positive confirmation was like there will be permanent opening soon, like not for only for exams, because we are having our housing very near to our university, so there will be some space open permanently for students 24 hours. That's really good, like because we don't have any part after 11 p.m. for our university. It will be a really good step. Apart from that, I was very focusful on peer tutoring programs. Like I was thinking of students teaching students. They get experience, they get, if they want to pay each other, like they have some, if we can plan something like that, because knowledge is like extend by sharing. Like for my own, what I feel like when I come in Capilano University, I found it like we are learning from classes, we are taking education, we are listening to the lectures, but where we can discuss out, like apart from the books, that the course material, we can't discuss it out anywhere, like we don't have any space. Like unfortunately I didn't get like such space in my university life here, but I would love to, like if anyone get a chance, discussions, like we did some job through our clubs. We made a lot of clubs in last 2 years. We got really high number of clubs, and clubs play the same role, like discussions in different aspects. Music, we have art clubs, like whatsoever. You can do whatever you like. You can discuss with a person who are similar to you. For my case, like I was looking like who is really interested in physics. We can make projects. We need funding for making projects. We can build robots. We can build anything. Like that was I was doing in my high school. Like I was missing that thing, so I was particularly thinking about that. And universities again positive towards this. They are working to help out with the peer tutoring system right now, and we will continue to help our club to establish our clubbing system, so that they can get fundings and different things for like projects or something. Recently we got I was really happy when a student came to me talking about like they want to set up a computer something, like I don't remember the name. It's a club regarding computer systems, and they want to start buying like Arduino boards. They want to run programs. So I was really happy of thinking like what I was thinking is now getting fulfilled somewhere. Basically, like the position don't require any certain level of like knowledge for you to join. Basically, you need to learn. I I think like the things, like as I already explained, like don't include any personal grudge for decision making. You are making decisions for a board, because it's a human nature. Whenever someone oppose you, you think that way, like why is happening that, but you have to take it positively. That's my like even like I hear from like some experienced person, like when I got a chance in to talk, like they also said like it happens, like but they are now thinking like, because in this way like the politicians at higher level will kill each other because they have a huge debate, like right, we can't think like that, because we are not having any personal issues, we are having the issues on topic. uh, that's the most important thing I will say, because it will, if you learn this fast, you will be happier and you will not having problems with anyone. Otherwise, uh, holding to board together will be difficult, because if it starts happening like this, you can't work together.